All right, let's go. So we're going to talk about beating neuromarketing. Okay, we need to do this because we need to reclaim our hope, our joy, our focus. Because when we're distracted, we just can't live fully in our gifts, and our world needs us, right? There's a QR code. I give a lot of free tips on YouTube on professionalism, how to navigate the professional world. So if you're early in your career, mid, late career, take a screenshot of that, just get that QR code and get some brain-based tips because what leads us in the workplace? Our brain, of course, right? Let's go. So, what if we could focus and you could change the world with all of your amazing gifts? What if we weren't distracted and things weren't coming at us at all moments of the day? Just imagine it, right? Wouldn't it be amazing? So, if everyone in this world knew what they were good at and used it to enhance the world, just imagine rather than using it to destruct things. Just imagine. So that's why I do my work I do. I want to make sure everybody knows how to tap into their gifts, how to tap into focus, so you can be fully living in your gifts to change the world as we need you to. We need you working hard. What's the promise? Well, the promise is the truth is that people are here to distract us, and then we can learn about the neuroscience behind how people distract us. So we can take it back. We can take back your focus. We can tune it up. Just a tune up. That's why we're here. To refuel your joy, save your energy, your time, your money, your energy, and leave your particular impact in this world. So again, there's my QR code if you want to get some more free tips for how to navigate the professional world. As you know, I tend to focus mostly on women, but anyone's welcome. Smart enough to listen, as Susie Orman says. So is it true that it's nearly impossible to beat the neuromarketers? The key word there is nearly, right? I heard a wonderful TED talk by an FBI agent who used to try to, get informants to talk. And she said it's really important to look at these kind of words, these words like nearly with an ly, because it means there's some wiggle room there. So I'm saying nearly impossible because it's not impossible. It's just that we have to be informed so we know how to take our next steps, right? Let's do this. So, who are you? So, you're busy leaders. You're doing a lot of things. You're here to learn. Just get some more tools. You have so much experience and so many educational, degrees and leadership trainings, and still, it's hard to just navigate today. So you're rock stars. I know that. You're just here to learn. Nothing's really wrong necessarily with you. We're just here to learn because it can be tiring, right? You can feel like that image down there, that piece of toast, those pieces of toast, all just burnt because life is busy and challenging. But just take a deep breath, look at that beautiful image. Just imagine if you did feel empowered, if you did feel creative, if you didn't have everyone, dragging your attention, your energy, your time, your money. Just imagine that. Just imagine that you woke up, you drove your day, you did what was important to you, and you just blocked all the unimportant things out. How empowered and creative could you feel? That's what we're after today because we need you. We need you living fully in your strengths. Attention. Why are we talking about attention? Because it is the most valuable asset that we have. Just think about it. If we are distracted and we can't focus on what's important, something really big, a solution could be right beyond us and we just don't see it, or we see some components of a solution and we don't see it because we're busy, we're distracted. So, what if we learned how to take it back, to build armor against the neuromarketers so they can't steal it? Um, our brain is wired to go after novelties like this flashing thing on the screen. It's after that kind of thing. It's after reward. Give us a little, a new prize on social media. Give us a tip, give us a trick, give us a new color, give us something we like, right? So they can tell by how we search what we like, and they can also tell what will make us angry, so they can grab our emotional attention. And neuromarketers, when people are willing to go through tests and evaluations with them and to assess different products or different stores, they look at our neurologic response to looking at things. So sometimes that's the temperature in our hands, sometimes that's our brain waves. So they will stick things on our scalp and listen to the electricity of the brain. watch our pupils. So pupils will dilate with certain attention levels. A little muscles around our face will move, little smiles, even things that we don't see necessarily. Even if we're looking at somebody we love, it's just really subtle, but they can pick it up that it's grabbed our attention or it's created an emotion. And emotions will then change how we respond to something, where our attention is. So they grab some of that from us, but we can train. We can train to resist this, and that's why we're here today. So who am I? So I'm a neuroimmunologist. I'm a business coach. I'm a business owner for 6 years. It's my birthday of my business called Brain Fresh this month. I'm a keynote. I love sharing neuroscience of the professional world with teams and at big events because I love to inspire people to live fully in their gifts because I use neuroscience to further people. I'm a mom of four. My kids are sprinkled in these images. I'm business coach trained by Hello 7. So that's the image on the upper right. And here's some, images of doing things in corporate spaces, online. I just really enjoy interacting with other people. So neuromarketers, what are they doing day to day? So they can assess us, even our response to things that's even below our conscious level. So they can track our eyes. They can, again, listen to the brain. They can emotionally map us by feeling, how much sweaty we have on the temperature on our skin, our heart rate, how regular it is. When we're peaceful, it's regular. When something irritates us, it'll be more irregular. And so they can use all these things, even functional MRI. Obviously, you're aware if you're laying in a functional MRI machine, but they can ask us questions in functional MRIs, give us images, and they can determine our responses. And so there's ways to get high level information about what images or what words or what emotions may drive us to number one, change our emotions because emotions drive how we remember things and also how we behave, how we respond to something. So let's pause. So emotional engagement actually sells better than facts. So we know when something angers us, it will, drive a response. If something makes us really happy, it'll drive a response. And so it will also then drive our behavior. And it also drives how we remember something. So when we're upset, sometimes we want a fix to that. We want to distract from our upset emotions. So anyone else guilty of retail therapy, going online, Amazon makes it so easy. My gosh, some of my kids were saying, that if they put their credit card, they have Apple Pay and go into Amazon, you can buy something in literally less than a minute. So does that ever happen to you? Red is never, never, I never do that. Or yellow is like, sometimes green is like, I notice something makes me angry. Let me go see what I can shop for. So how can we do something about that? Well, we just need to put some awareness. What's happening? This emotion. What is this emotion? Why do I have this emotion? Generally, it's because something's important to us. And then a pause. Okay, it's emotion. Maybe you think about it like a cloud in the weather. Just think about the weather. The weather will pass. Sometimes it lasts all day, weeks, months, but most of the times it will go by. So a lot of just noticing and then putting a pause before the behavior. So neuromarketers know what we're doing. They try not to put much of a pause so that we go right into action, especially if it's something about buying something. So I like to call it buy distraction. So between your ears tricks to block distractions so you can live fully in your joy, find your motivation and energy. And we can retrain it. We can take it back. First thing is clarity. And what helps? Clarity helps knowing what is important to us. How much rest have we gotten? We want the front part of our brain here, right here, behind the front part of your brain. It's called the prefrontal cortex. It's the part that takes a lot of data and decides and sees patterns and then makes a decision. So, it is our highest level thinking, but it can be restricted by our emotional setting. And it can be enhanced by good things like feeling like we belong, feeling like we have a purpose, feeling like we connect to other people, that we are looking towards the future. What is possible? Just the feeling of hope. Something else is possible. Self-efficacy, like what you're doing here today, listening, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get these tips. I'm going to go after it. I'm going to learn something. So I have some awareness, a pause, and watch my action so that I'm not just automatically going into actions without having some awareness and a pause. All right, deep breath. So another check-in. So the prefrontal cortex is front part of your brain that helps us take data and make big decisions. It thrives on clarity, what's important. it thrives on rest. It will be adjusted by our emotional level. So if we're always distracted, if everyone's with us, everyone we leave every door and window of our attention open, anyone can get us at any time. It weakens our decision level because it's just responding to all these incoming channels. So anyone here ever feel distracted and then subsequently just feel undecided? I can't make a decision. If you're busy, you're tired. Sometimes when we're traveling, my husband's like, "Do you want to do this or this? You want to have lunch?" And sometimes I'm just stuck. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, we need to go rest." I can't even choose if I want to eat or go see something else or go to a museum and just done. Like I just need to regroup, recharge, plug in and just cool off. And so then we know that we've hit the limit. Anyone else get there? Are you red, yellow, or green? Never. You never have had that. Sometimes green is, oh yeah, yeah, this definitely happens. Well, here's some strategies. We can have some strategies to beat them, to put some space between our response to what they're after for us. They want us, generally, neuromarketing is to buy, to get attention. These days, it's a lot of, campaigning, right? Because now we have some elections coming up. So I'm also campaigning for my town. So, you want people's attention. You want them to know what you feel is important or to learn, to get their attention so they even share with you what's important. So you want to know who is taking your attention, and do you realize, number one, they're taking your attention, and are they important to you? Do you want to share your attention right now with them? How do you set boundaries? Um, Maybe the phone, you put a limit on your phone. Maybe you gray screen your phone. Maybe you put limits on apps. A lot of people lately have put time limits on their apps. Um, Maybe you schedule deep work blocks and you don't even have a phone. I hear some studies suggest even having the phone on your desk is distracting. So you should put it away where you can't see it when those deep work blocks. Just slowing down and having moments of gratitude. For me, I usually get coffee mugs with pictures of people I love or care about on it. And it's just remembering like people I love or looking outside. I have a big window here. I can look outside. It's a nice, sunny, beautiful fall day out with a lot of colors. I can just take a minute and just appreciate that. Take those micro breaks in nature or really long breaks in nature. You can move your body. I just got back from yoga. It was lovely. And you know what else is renewing that I don't think we talk enough about is face to face being with somebody who you care about, who's meaningful to you. So face to face with people who are emotionally challenging, that's another story because that a lot of time depletes our energy. But somebody you love chatting with, who you're so glad they're there, you have fun laughing with them, you really appreciate who they are, you're connecting with them. That is emotionally renewing for us. And sometimes we just have to simplify our goals. I have a three-goal system that I teach in my one-to-one coaching. I coach women docs one-to-one in my company called Brain Fresh. Women docs who are looking for their next move. They're just wondering, like, what's out there for me now at this time? And we do just a three-bucket system, and our goals all have to fit into like three baskets or three buckets. So I literally picture like putting this goal on a piece of paper and throwing in one of the baskets. If not, I have to say, no, it doesn't fit right now. And I do this every quarter because I read a great book recommended by Dora Rankin, who's a great sales coach. And she stated she showed me this one book called The 12-Week Year. So you make your goals by quarter because if I'm like, well, this year I want to X, like, sometimes you even forgot what you said. But, of course, we all know those goals that we set at, New Year's. Not a lot of us, really complete those. So simplifying your goals really can help as well. So what's the result of beating them? Number one, just awareness so that our brain can take in data and find solutions. We can regulate that reward pathway. We don't always have to be on our phone. We can just kind of re-regulate that and use things that we know are renewing now, not just the phone or letting people in on screens or whoever else is stealing your attention. We can optimize some of the neurochemicals that go with movement. When we move, we know our muscles release things that then enhance our brain health. That's called BDNF or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. So there's a lot of counterbalance to this. So physically moving also helps our brain. Brain helps us physically move. It's, of course, a cycle. And we're not, just brain or body. We, of course, are one system. So we have to make sure we're taking care of things in the way that will help our focus so that we can get to what's important to us and share your strengths with the world, right? So let's check in. How do we get our brain in a relaxed state, a fun state, Do you prioritize fun? Are you red? Nope, never. Yellow? Sometimes I do it. Green? Absolutely. I prioritize that. What do you think? Put it in the chat, put it in the messaging. Let me know how you prioritize fun. I'm starting a group called the Try It Club. So we're just trying things that we don't normally do, just a group of us and setting something every month. So if you want to know more about the Try It Club, let me know. How do you minimize distractions at work? How do you set boundaries? Some people, it's a big deal to close your door. It depends on the culture of your work and where you work, obviously. I have a lot of channels open to me where people can get messages to me, so I only watch them at certain times of the day. Have you sat down and figured out what's important to you? What are your current values? Is it growth? Is it vitality? Is it peace? What are your current values that you're saying yes to or no to? Values are like our line in the sand. They determine what we do, even if we're not aware. They're the things that we know, something where we go towards or we go away from something. So our core values drive our behaviors. And do you feel supported in your skill building journey? Are you a red, yellow, green? Green, you have mentorships, you have people helping you. When we try to do something with the group, we just do it way more successfully. So let me know what you think about that. Are you a red, yellow, or green there? All right. What do you like best? Yeah, put it in the comments, send me a message at thebrainfresh@gmail.com. I'd love to take your questions. Send them there, thebrainfresh@gmail.com. I'm opening a session called Buy Distractions for my birthday, my sixth birthday of my company. It is nearly impossible to beat neuromarketers, but we know nearly doesn't mean impossible. So I really do want you to feel empowered and creative. If you'd like to know more about beating distractions, just reach out to thebrainfresh@gmail.com. I'll tell you all about my program, my 30 tips to beating distractions called Buy Distractions. Right now, I have 20 free slots for my birthday, for BrainFresh's birthday this month. So if you're interested, email me at thebrainfresh.com and just email me distractions. I'll send you all the tips and the tricks and the links so you can check it out and be one of the first 20 to get in for free. Okay, you got this. I believe in you. This is what I'm talking about. This month is Brain Fresh's birthday. So I'm so honored to have a company for 6 years. We're chugging along, we're learning, and I'm here to just take you along. It's like my own party bus. So I can share neuroscience tips and tricks to further people. Okay, thanks for listening. You got this. Have a great day, and I appreciate your attention.